The message stayed on my screen long after the rain stopped. Finish it properly. No number, no profile, no timestamp. Just those 3 words. And yet the battery on my phone began to drain as I stared at it, 78% to 52% in less than a minute, as if something was actively using it, watching through it, waiting for a response I never sent. The pit at the construction site should have been loud. Workers, machinery, police tape, investigation teams. Instead, it was silent. Not abandoned, silenced. The fences were still up. The warning signs still fluttered. Fresh tire marks surrounded the area, but no guards, no reporters. No noise, only the crater, and the feeling that the land itself was holding its breath. I stepped closer. The soil near the edge was damp, but not from rain. It pulsed, not visibly, not dramatically, but subtly, like a heartbeat buried deep beneath layers of earth. I crouched and placed my hand on the ground. Warm, too warm. The moment my palm touched the soil, the breathing sound returned. Not from below, from all directions, from the ground, from the air, from inside my chest. Then the whispers started again. Not frantic, not chaotic, organized, layered, like a chant spoken by hundreds of voices in perfect rhythm. Witness remains. My legs froze. The figures inside the pit had not moved since I last saw them. Still standing, still facing upward, still waiting, their skin untouched by decay, their eyes hollow but aware, their expressions calm, almost relieved. Not like the restless dead, like the preserved, like they had been paused. I remembered the old ritual specialist, the silver-haired woman, the one who warned us, the one who said, "Some seals break slowly." It took me 3 days to find her. She lived far outside the city now, in a small house surrounded by wind chimes and prayer flags that never stopped moving, even when the air was still. She opened the door before I knocked, as if she had been expecting me, or sensing me. Her eyes fell immediately to my hands, then to my chest, then to the ground beneath my feet. "You went back," she said. Not a question, a confirmation. I nodded. Her expression darkened. "Did it speak to you?" "Yes." "What did it say?" My throat tightened. "Finish it properly." The wind chimes outside rang violently, all at once. She did not invite me inside right away. Instead, she placed a bowl of ash at the entrance and gestured. "Step through." I hesitated. She raised her voice for the first time. "Step." I stepped into the ash. It hissed, not metaphorically, actually hissed, like water on a hot surface. Her hands trembled. "You are marked." Inside her home, the air smelled of incense and old paper. Scrolls covered the walls. Symbols I didn't recognize. Grids, circles, seals layered over seals. She pulled out a worn book, older than the one she brought to the grave weeks ago. This one was bound in dark cloth, tied shut with a red thread. She didn't untie it immediately. Instead, she asked quietly, "Did your grandmother ever tell you why the grave existed?" "No." She closed her eyes. "That land was not cursed when your family took it." My heart sank. "It became a seal because of your family." The room felt colder. She finally untied the red thread and opened the book. Inside were records, not names, not dates. Ritual logs, handwritten, careful, precise. She turned the book toward me and pointed at a page. A symbol, a circle surrounded by smaller markings. And at the center, a single vertical line. "What does it mean?" I asked. She looked directly into my eyes. "It means living anchor." The words didn't make sense at first, until she continued. When the bodies were buried, they were not buried to hide deaths. They were arranged, positioned, sealed, to hold something beneath them. My pulse began to race. What kind of ritual needs bodies as a seal? Her voice dropped to a whisper, one that failed the first time. She flipped to another page. This one had a warning written in older ink, faded but readable. If the seal weakens, the bloodline must restore it, not with death, but with presence. I felt dizzy. Presence? She nodded slowly. The seal requires a living witness from the bloodline to stabilize it. Silence filled the room. Then she added, not temporarily. My stomach dropped. You mean permanently? She didn't answer, which was answer enough. That night, the rain returned again, heavier than any night before, and with it, the dreams changed. No longer standing above the pit, now I was inside it, standing among them. The preserved bodies turned their heads toward me one by one, not aggressively, not violently, recognizing, accepting. Then the first one, the one from the coffin, stepped closer. His movements were slow, controlled, almost ceremonial. He stopped inches away, and for the first time, he spoke with an actual voice, not whispers, not echoes, a clear human voice. You are the last anchor. The ground beneath us cracked open. Deeper darkness revealed itself below the assembled bodies. Endless, moving, alive. I woke up standing, not in my bed, not in my apartment, but in my living room, barefoot, covered in soil, and facing my front door, which was wide open, despite being locked before I slept. Outside, rain fell only on my doorstep, nowhere else. Just the doorway, like an invitation or a path. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. New message. The ritual window is closing. Another message immediately followed. Return before the ground finishes waking. Then the final one. Or it will choose another anchor. The air inside my apartment grew unbearably heavy. The lights flickered. And from beneath the floor, not scratching, not breathing, but knocking, slow, deliberate. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. Pause. Like a countdown I could feel in my bones. I looked down at my hands. Fine lines of dried mud had formed across my skin. But they weren't random. They followed a pattern. A circle, surrounding my palm, with a single vertical line in the center. The same symbol, from the ritual book, from the seal, from the page labeled Living Anchor. I understand now. The grave was never just a burial site. The bodies were never just victims. And the seal was never meant to last forever. It was meant to be renewed by blood, by witness, by someone who would stand above the darkness and keep it from rising. The rain hasn't stopped for 6 hours. The news says the crater has expanded overnight, swallowed 2 construction vehicles, and part of the surrounding road. They're calling it a geological anomaly, a sinkhole, a structural collapse. But I know the truth. The ground is not collapsing. It is opening. And tonight, for the first time, I hear footsteps inside my apartment. Wet, slow, patient, approaching from the hallway, stopping right behind me. A voice, calm and familiar, whispers, "You don't seal it with earth." A pause, then closer. "You seal it with yourself." My phone lights up one final time. Return to the grave before dawn, or the seal will choose. And something tells me, if it chooses on its own, it won't choose someone willing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Stay safe, and see you next time.